हेलो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, हेलो, हाउ हैव यू ऑल बीन। मैं हूं आपका टैक्स का टीचर सीए करण शेड, एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू माय डियर फ्रेंड अंडरस्टैंड a very simple but important topic at the same time, because a lot of people have asked me doubts regarding the same, right? So let's do a mic check first. Because a lot of people have asked me doubts regarding the same. Okay, it looks good to me. Okay. Okay, now a lot of people, my dear friends, have actually told me, have asked me rather, as to what is the difference between three important words or nomenclatures. One is आपका exempted supplies, one is आपका non-taxable supplies, एंड वन इज आपका जीरो रेटेड सप्लाईज। ठीक है, तो बहुत चर्चा और इस पे क्या है, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस आए हैं एज टू व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ऑल ऑफ द थ्री, राइट। एग्जेम्प्टेड, जीरो रेटेड एंड non-taxable। ठीक है, तो लेट्स कीप इट दैट वे। ठीक है, चलो फटाफट से माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, लेट्स ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन ऑल द थ्री। क्या है डिफरेंस, लेट्स ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड। फर्स्ट थिंग्स फर्स्ट, राइट, अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग एज टू द वेरी बेसिक डिफरेंस between, okay, two important things, act and a notification, right? We will first understand this and फिर हम लोग आगे बढ़ेंगे। ठीक है, अच्छा, बाय द वे टेल मी, एक्ट कौन पास करता है? तो एक्ट इज पास्ड बाय पार्लियामेंट, ओके, लोकसभा, फिर राज्यसभा, फिर प्रेसिडेंट का साइन, राइट। एंड हु पासिस नोटिफिकेशन? तो सीजी, ओके, सीजी पासिस द notification, issues a notification rather, and it is published in your official gazette, and once it's published in your official gazette, it's done, it's official, okay, it's effective rather, I should say. Perfect. Now, so the authority that passes, okay, I've mentioned that, correct, perfect. Now the important part is that there is a comment that I need to make, okay, and the comment is that notification has the power to override the law. Yes, notification has the power to override the law. Are you getting it? Yes. ठीक है, तो अगर नोटिफिकेशन इशू हो गया तो फिर ओके, सिंपल, लॉ धरा का धरा रह जाएगा। द इम्पोर्टेंस विल बी गिवन टू द नोटिफिकेशन, एंड वट एवर पोजिशन इज हेल्ड बाय द नोटिफिकेशन विल बी अपहेल्ड। ओके, नाउ अंडरस्टैंड दैट if I take the example of healthcare service, right, correct, if you will carefully understand, for example, understand that Kokilaben hospital, right, is actually giving healthcare service to the patients. Perfect hai? Yes, and this service is exempt. This service is exempt. Make sense? Yes. Now the point to be taken into consideration is that if you understand it very carefully, the first question that I want to ask you is it a supply under section 7(1)(a)? So what you will check is there supply of goods or service? Yes, there is service. Is it for a consideration? Yes. Is it in the course of business? Yes. So clearly it is a supply, and clearly it satisfies the taxable event, right? And it has satisfied the taxable event, then later it will satisfy the charging section, so law will apply. So CGST Act will apply on this transaction. very simple. Okay, CGST Act will apply on this transaction, apply हो जाएगा, simple. Now the thing that you need to take into consideration is that apply हो जाएगा तो tax किसको मिलेगा? Okay, government को. It is the government who will get the tax. Now government is only now, okay, after taxable event has got triggered, right? Taxable event has got triggered. Okay, understand that after this, government is only saying, CG is only saying that I'm actually notifying this service, okay, under exemption notification, and I am exempting this service. I don't want a penny of tax from this service, because healthcare service is any which way something actually to be taken care of by the government, but now it's the private sector who's actually taking into consideration. At least we will not harass the citizens of India by levying GST on this, because we don't want to make healthcare expensive, right? Perfect. So yes, I have the ability to actually levy and charge and collect GST from the hospital, and hospital will thereby collect it from the patients, but we don't want to, because we don't want at the end of the day that the patient should bear the burden of GST. So we will ask the hospital only not to pay tax by exempting those services under an exemption notification. Are you getting it? Yes. So tomorrow, if this exemption notification is withdrawn, understand one very simple thing, my dear friends, that okay, this service will become taxable. So in short, if I can say, exempted goods or services are covered by the CGST Act. Exempted goods or services are covered, or I will say are, okay, under the ambit of CGST Act, are under the ambit of CGST Act. Second, but they are exempted by the help of a notification. But they are exempted by the help of a notification where the government only does not want to take tax from them. Got it? And tomorrow, if the exemption notification is withdrawn, since it was already covered, the charge which was diluted is now awakened, and now GST will be levied. GST लग जाएगा, because जो पहले ना बोल रहे थे, अब गवर्नमेंट हाँ बोलेगा, दे दे, अब तेरा इंडस्ट्री में चोर हो गया, आप ये GST कलेक्ट कर सकता हूँ. Are you getting it? Yes. Okay. Perfect. So here it is in the control of CG actually to collect tax from a particular exempted supply of goods or services. Okay, so they are eligible to collect, but they are themselves not collecting. वो खुद ही पीछे हट रहा है कि मुझे नहीं चाहिए, पर मने नहीं जो तो I don't want. Okay, yes. Next, if I take the example of non-taxable supply, right? Classic example is 5 petroleum products plus alcoholic liquor for human consumption. ठीक है, perfect. दारू, ठीक है, ये उसके classic examples है, right? Now understand that if you will check this out, तो one is 9.1 charging section 9.1 and one is 9.2. So from 9.1 obviously alcoholic liquor for human consumption is taken out, and here all the 5 petroleum products have been excluded from the charging section. तो बेसिकली इसका मतलब ये है कि भैया चार्जिंग सेक्शन से ये दोनों क्या है, गुड्स जो है निकाले जा चुके हैं, यानी कि इन गुड्स पे CGST का चार्ज नहीं है. द चार्ज ऑफ CGST इज नॉट लेविड हियर माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. सो इट इज आउटसाइड द एम्बिट. यस, इट इज आउटसाइड द एम्बिट और परव्यू ऑफ CGST एक्ट, यानी कि द गवर्नमेंट does not have the right to collect tax, to levy and collect tax rather, to levy and collect tax. समझा? यस, हक ही नहीं है उनको, उनके पास हक ही नहीं है कि वो टैक्स कलेक्ट कर सके. समझा? टैक्स कलेक्ट करना है तो भाई चुपचाप क्या है, फिर जाओ पार्लियामेंट में, आज द लोकसभा राज्यसभा टू इंक्लूड दिस अंडर दैट एक्ट एंड देन यू कैन कलेक्ट इट। तो ऊपर क्या हक था पर हक छोड़ा है, आई हैड द राइट बट आई हैव डन अवे विथ इट। बट यूर अंडरस्टैंड दैट यहाँ पे हक ही नहीं, आई डोंट हैव द राइट बिकॉज दोज गुड्स आर नॉट कवर्ड अंडर द चार्जिंग सेक्शन ऑफ दिस tax law, and if anything is outside the charging section, doesn't matter, understand that in that case it is not subject to GST. okay, तो question is क्या GST लगेगा? नहीं, पर क्या ये सप्लाई है? okay, my question is will GST apply or rather CGST apply? Answer is no, but my answer is it a supply? Answer is yes, it is a supply, because for supply I will see 7(1)(a). 7(1)(a) में क्या बोलता है? परफेक्ट, ओके, गुड्स और सर्विस है, यस, दारू इज गुड्स फॉर अ कंसिडरेशन इन द कोर्स ऑफ बिजनेस, सिंपल। पर वो कौन सा सप्लाई है? नॉन टैक्सेबल, बिकॉज इट्स आउटसाइड द चार्जिंग सेक्शन। तो भले टैक्सेबल इवेंट ट्रिगर करता है बट इट इज आउटसाइड द चार्जिंग सेक्शन, एंड विच इज वाई माई डियर फ्रेंड्स, ओके, नहीं लगेगा CGST, बिकॉज टू लेवी CGST यू हैव टू सेटिस्फाई बोथ द चार्जिंग सेक्शन एंड द टैक्सेबल इवेंट। ओनली व्हेन, ओके, 9(1) is satisfied, okay, and 7(1) is satisfied, will you go ahead and levy GST on that? As a government you can ask from that person, be it supplier if 9(1), recipient if 9(3), 9(5) ECO. are you getting it? yes, पर वो चार्जिंग सेक्शन में आना चाहिए, ठीक है, इसीलिए इसे बोलते हैं नॉन टैक्सेबल सप्लाई। सप्लाई है पर नॉन टैक्सेबल, ठीक है, परफेक्ट। एंड द लास्ट इज माय डियर फ्रेंड्स जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई। ओके, इसके क्लासिक एग्जांपल्स क्या है? इसके क्लासिक एग्जांपल्स है एक्सपोर्ट्स एंड सप्लाई टू SEZ, ठीक है। स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन, स्पेशल इकोनॉमिक जोन अंडरस्टैंड इज ऑल्सो कंसिडर्ड एज अ पार्ट आउटसाइड इंडिया व्हेन इट कम्स टू द टैक्सेशन लॉस। तो SEZ है, जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक सीप्स करके एक एरिया है मुंबई में, इट्स एन SEZ, राइट। तो अंडरस्टैंड इट इज कंसिडर्ड एज अ पार्ट आउटसाइड इंडिया ओनली, अगर आप वहाँ पे भेज रहे हो तो SEZ के अंदर, ठीक, परफेक्ट। नाउ व्हाई इज इट कॉल्ड जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई? व्हाई? तो अंडरस्टैंड दिस इज एन एक्सपोर्टर, राइट, एंड with respect to exporter, understand you are actually exporting goods from one country to another country, यानी इंडिया से आप कहीं और बाहर गुड्स भेज रहे हो। तो when that happens, understand you have to also take into consideration the WTO norm. Which norm? WTO norm, right? Because it's you are actually getting into international trade. तो WTO norm क्या है? That only goods and services shall be exported and not taxes and duties. Okay, only goods and services shall be exported and not taxes and duties. Are you getting it, my dear friends? yes. तो अभी दो टाइप के टैक्स होते हैं, एक होता है इनपुट टैक्स, एक होता है आउटपुट टैक्स। अभी आउटपुट टैक्स इन्होंने कर दिया है एट द रेट 0% बाई कॉलिंग इट जीरो रेटेड सप्लाई एज इट इज एक्सपोर्ट्स, बिकॉज मैं एक्सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ ना, एक्सपोर्ट टू USA। एंड ये सेंसिबल भी है, बिकॉज अंडरस्टैंड इफ आई एम सेलिंग गुड्स टू लेट्स से जिज्जा जी निक जोनस, अरे निक जोनस भाई, ओके, हु इज इन अमेरिका US। तो इफ आई एम सेलिंग हिम सम ज्वेलरी बिकॉज ही इज ऑर्डर्ड इट फ्रॉम प्रियंका चोपड़ा, तो आई एम सेलिंग 1 crore का ज्वेलरी प्लस GST लेट्स से 18% फॉर एग्जाम्पल। तो व्हाट विल ही से? अरे आई विल पे 1 crore 18 lakhs, बट अंडरस्टैंड दिस इज अ इनजस्टिस एट माई एंड। साले साहब, इट इज इनजस्टिस। अरे वो मेरा जीजा तो मैं तो उसका साला हूँ ना, अरे साला ब्रदर इन लॉ। I say, why injustice? He say, I giving 1 crore 18 lakhs. You will keep it, no, you will give it to Modi ji. I stay in USA. Modi ji using for what? For making roads of India. So I give a tax to Modi also, I give tax to Biden also. Tomorrow Jadoo will come and say, I want tax for Mars also. Nonsense. So please don't charge me GST. And that makes sense. So we don't charge him GST, right? तो for example उसने 10 लाख का माल खरीदा और 20 लाख में बेचा है, तो 20 लाख पे we will not charge him GST. Simple. The invoice will not have any GST component, right? And 10 lakhs is a domestic purchase. तो लेट्स से आई हैव पेड 11 lakh जेब से, जहाँ पे 1 lakh इज GST बिकॉज इट्स अ डोमेस्टिक परचेज. आई हैव परचेज फ्रॉम डोमेस्टिक मार्केट एंड आई एम सेलिंग इट टू द इंटरनेशनल मार्केट, लेट्स से USA. So what about this now? Will I get the ITC of this? And if yes, then how? Because my output tax is nil. I have not charged any amount to Nick Jonas. And the only way you can get ITC is by charging that GST to Nick Jonas, correct? But now I'm not charging, then how will I get? That was the question, right? Because exporter said यार ये यहाँ पे तो अगर आपने बोल दिया कि ITC नहीं मिलेगा, so what will happen is that while I am computing my cost, I will actually compute it as 11 lakhs. And if I compute it at 11 lakhs, that 1 lakh inside that is what GST. Tomorrow 9 lakhs profit, 20 lakhs if I am selling price, keeping it as the selling price. Understand that वो 20 lakhs के अंदर 1 lakh क्या है? GST component. GST component. So are we satisfying the condition of all goods and services should be exported and not taxes and duties? No, taxes and duties are getting exported, and in this case in the form of input tax. So to avoid that situation, government said okay, chill. You will get refund of this unutilized ITC. ओके, तो 1 लाख का आपको मिल जाएगा रिफंड. क्या मिल जाएगा? रिफंड. तो आपके जेब से कितना गया था? 1 लाख वाइल यू आर परचेज गुड्स, और अब आपको रिफंड कितना मिल गया? 1 लाख. तो फिर तो आपके जेब से कुछ गया ही नहीं. सो योर कॉस्ट हियर विल रिमेन हाउ मच? 10 lakhs. So while you are making your cost sheet, will you write 11 lakhs? No, I will write 10 lakhs plus profit 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs. So here in 20 lakhs, is there any element of taxes or duties? Nako baka nako, no beta, no, nathi beta, jarai nathi. And thereby we are adhering the WTO norm. Got it? Yes. Okay. So I hope, okay, in short, if I want to tell you, when it comes to exempt supply, non-taxable supply and zero rated supply, examples you all already know: healthcare service, here 5 petroleum products and alcoholic liquor for human consumption. Here it's exports and SEZ, supply to SEZ. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing is, here understand my dear friends, okay, if you are purchasing any goods and you have paid any GST on that and you are using it for making exempt supplies, तो आपने क्लॉथ परचेज की है जिस पे GST लगा है, जिससे बन रहा है क्या? शर्ट, and that on that shirt is exempt, then understand ITC here will not be allowed. Point number 1. The same discussion if I take with respect to non-taxable supplies. Let's say for example, okay, you are selling alcoholic liquor and you have purchased something on which GST is levied. I will not get the ITC. Why? Because my output tax is not in the form of GST. It is in the form of VAT or anything else, right? इस पे भी नहीं मिलेगा मुझे, right? But when it comes to SEZ, clearly we saw that, okay, input GST and your zero rated supplies, we will get the ITC और वो भी refund मिल जाएगा हमको. Got it? Yes. So we will get ITC when we are purchasing something to export something in the form of refund, right? But we are not getting anything. We are not getting anything with respect to अपना supplying exempt supply or non-taxable supply. Point number 1. ठीक है? And yeah, point number 2, the CGST Act, but it is exempted through a notification. This is not a part of the act. This is very much the part of act, and definitely उसके against में तो you can also get ITC. Also small things with respect to aggregate turnover. Okay, please understand. Okay, in the definition of exempted supply, they have also included non-taxable supply. So understand that there are principal differences between exempt supply and non-taxable supplies, but government, for the purpose of only aggregate turnover, has included non-taxable supplies also, because government wanted to make sure, very simple, there is no confusion at the end of the day, because exempt supply or non-taxable supply, though there are principal differences, but at the end of the day, is there any output tax? No. And if you are purchasing anything with respect to such exempted or non-taxable goods, you will not get the ITC. Got it? Yeah. So aggregate turnover, may understand, exempt supply includes non-taxable supplies, and there is a separate mention of exports, right? So all I want to tell you is that while you are calculating aggregate turnover, you will include exempt supply, you will include non-taxable supply, you will include exports, you will include all sorts of outward supplies. All sorts of outward supplies. Got it? But you will never include ever activities covered under which schedule? Tell me. Which schedule? Tell me. Schedule 1. Not a supply wali activities. Because, sorry, schedule 3, my bad. 7.2. Because those transactions are not a supply only. वो supply नहीं है भाई, वो supply नहीं है. और अपने को एग्रीगेट टर्नओवर में सब भिन्न प्रकार की डिफरेंट टाइप की वी वांट सप्लाईज. सो इट शुड बी अ सप्लाई. इट कैन बी टैक्सेबल, एग्जेम्प्ट, इंट्रा, इंटर, exports, that's a zero rated supply, but it should be a supply. But here these activities are not a supply only in the first place, so never include it in correct aggregate turnover. ठीक है? That's it my dear friends. I hope this was very clear. Okay. Voice is not clear. Voice is not clear here. No, beta, I think the voice is pretty good here in this case. Yes, I think it's pretty clear. Yeah, I think in MTP thoda clear nahi hai. I agree to that, but still it's audible. Okay. Sir, we will also not include interest, late fee, penalty in aggregate turnover. Yes, but when it comes to composition scheme का threshold limit, not registration का बाला. And please, interest, late fee, penalty नहीं, interest और discount on deposits, advances. वो वाला interest ही है, loan वाला interest की बात हो रही है बाला. Not the interest that you take in case of value of supply. Just remember that. Okay. I feel the voice is good, Yash. I think just check it. Thank you, Pratham. Thanks a lot for your appreciation. Thank you बेटा, thank you. बस पता है यार जितना पण लोगों है ना फॉरवर्ड करी दीजिए यार. ओके ठीक है. That's it my dear friends. I will share this PDF on my Telegram channel. For all the people who want to understand where these notes are situated, it is in my Telegram group. आपको caption में मिल जाएगा. And if you feel the lectures are good enough, please comment, please like, and please share it with your friends, because याद रखना बेटा, बूंद बूंद से बनता है सागर, और आप ही लोग हो जो मेरी मदद कर सकते हो आगे जाने के लिए. ठीक है? और कोई नहीं, कोई भी नहीं, आप ही लोग हो. एक एक जन को आप अगर क्या है बताओगे मेरे बारे में तो ही क्या है बात आगे बढ़ेगी. ठीक है? तो ही बेटा सरस्वती जी के साथ लक्ष्मी जी का भी निवास होगा, और ये आप पर है. ठीक है? तो इसको ही मैं गुरु दक्षिणा मानूंगा. दैट्स इट. ट्राइंग टू सर्व यू गाइस एज मच एज पॉसिबल, राइट, बाय पुटिंग ऑल द एफर्ट आउट हियर. ठीक है? अच्छा, नेक्स्ट 2-3 days विल बी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. तो कल ही मैं एक लेक्चर लेने वाला हूँ वेयर in one session only I have covered all the due dates across all the chapters and all the monetary limits across the entire GST. So there will be one PDF, just check that and you are done with all the PDFs. उसको ऐसा चाहिए तो अपने bulletin board पे लगा देना. Make sense? I think that will be of really a lot of help. Let me know if there's anything else that is required. ओके बाला, आई होप आपकी जो रिक्वायरमेंट थी वो पूरी हो गई है. एंड या थैंक्स अ लॉट गाइस, थैंक्स अ लॉट.